Tonight on CTV News at 5.
There's not enough thank yous for what they did for my son here and me.
Cruise connection. Act of kindness leads to dream voyage.
And you click go now.
Terminal tech. Robots are landing at the Halifax airport.
It's great. You should meet people outside of your circle.
The Bedford Walkers, a local group, gathers for more than just exercise.
Well, good weather for walking tomorrow, but there will be a few areas contending with smoke.
Live from the Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Katie Kelly in for Maria Penapoulis. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, digital age. There's a push for Nova Scotia to become the first province in Canada to set an age limit for social media use. As CTV's Emma Convey explains, a new bill would ban kids under 16 from creating accounts, a move supporters say will help protect young people from mental health. Emma.
Hi, Katie. Experts say on average, youth spend about 4 hours a day on social media. For some, that's even more. And for teenagers, preventing this can seem nearly impossible. Ruby May has 4 grandchildren, all 6 and under. In her household, social media isn't an issue because the kids aren't allowed to use it.
My granddaughters are not allowed on the internet. Anything that they watch is all pre-taped and pre-monitored by their parents. So there is no free reign. There's no YouTube that they can get on.
May is a strong supporter of a social media ban for children under 16. Her reason, protection.
And deep supervision if they are on it. No posting of minors on the internet due to the number of scammers and pedophiles that are out there these days that are stalking these children.
Whether or not that becomes a law here in Nova Scotia, the provincial Liberals are on board, putting forward a bill this morning.
Today is about restricting social media access to Nova Scotians under the age of 16. This has happened in other places of the world. It started generally at the state or provincial level. This is something that is evidence-based.
That's when they're starting to drive. That's when they're starting to become an adult. We have to start teaching them how to be on these platforms safer. But under that, you know, their development is so impacted by forming their identity at that age and the influence that these algorithms have on the content they're seeing.
The bill put the onus on tech companies to police it.
The way we can do it is to make the companies self-regulate and have penalties in place if they don't comply.
Children will figure out a way to work around it, and if their families don't care, then they might even support that or help it.
Some experts suggest delaying access as long as possible.
American youth are now telling us they're spending on average about 4 hours a day, 4 hours a day. They're feeding our kids a steady diet of anxiety and outrage that is making them upset and unwell.
That's probably one of the more active groups, the mid-teens.
You don't know how old they are actually online if you're talking to them. Having a 2-year-old, just looking at that now, it's definitely scary.
But some say there are benefits.
Kids using the social media actually gain a lot of knowledge.
To text my friends and watch videos and movies.
If they see someone they don't know, they ask me who they are. And I say, if it's my friend, I say it's my friend.
And if it's not?
I say it's a random person.
And then what happens?
They tell me to unfriend them.
The main push for these regulations is because of the contributions to poor mental health outcomes. While many parents I spoke with agree with this, a concern that was brought up a lot, Katie, was safety and what they are actually exposed to. Katie.
Thank you, Emma. CTV's Emma Convey for us in our Halifax newsroom tonight. That does bring us to tonight's web poll. We're asking, should an age limit be set for social media use? Your options are yes or no. You can go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see our latest poll results. Time to turn to Todd Battis for a preview of CTV News at 6. Todd.
Thank you, Katie. There is still no word on how many homes have been damaged or destroyed in the Long Lake fire in Annapolis County, Nova Scotia. It's just too dangerous to get an accurate assessment. Crews have been benefiting from the little bit of rain they got earlier this week, but conditions are drying up. Weisborough County. Work is expected to start next year. If all goes to plan, it would create 735 new jobs and generate over $1 billion in direct and indirect income for Nova Scotia households over the next 15 years. We'll tell you more about the project coming up at 6. It doesn't go very fast, but in the hands of the wrong person, an excavator can do quite a bit of damage, as you can see, and that's exactly what happened to several properties just north of Moncton. The piece of equipment was stolen from a construction company on the weekend. It's not the first time that company was targeted. We'll hear from our Derek Haggett. All right, let's bring in Kaylin Mitchell in the Weather Center with a look at the current conditions. Kaylin?
Yeah, thank you, Todd. So a mix of sun and cloud around the Maritime region for today. Now, currently, as we're moving into the first part of this evening, temperatures are sitting in the range around the high teens towards the mid-20s. Right now, up around the northwestern corner of New Brunswick, temperatures a little bit cooler, sitting around 19 to 21 degrees, including 19s at both Woodstock and Edmundston. Now, 25 at Moncton right now for Prince Edward Island. Most of the temperatures currently in the low 20s, and for Nova Scotia, most areas sitting between 20 and 24 degrees. Let's check into the dew point temperatures. So that's a measure of moisture in the air. Right now, they're generally at a comfortable level, sitting in the high single digits into the low teens. We'd like to maybe see the relative humidity a little bit higher than that, though, of course, with some of the ongoing wildfires in the region. Taking a look at the winds, they're variable in direction. They're mostly on the lighter side, though, being sustained between around 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. We're getting a few gusts reported between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour. Over on radar and satellite, so some broken cloud cover around for this evening. There's still a low chance. A couple spotty showers around the southwest of New Brunswick and southwestern areas of Nova Scotia. There is a round of some rain and some showers holding just off the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia with a low pressure system that is going to be passing towards the east, so that wet weather is not going to be getting any closer to us. As far as weather alerts go, there's still some issues with air quality around the region, especially in the central and southwestern areas of Nova Scotia. There's an air quality warning out for Annapolis County, and air quality statements carry on for the remainder of the Annapolis Valley, as well as Lunenburg and parts of Halifax County. I'll have more on the weather coming up later on. Katie.
Thank you, Kaylin. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. Still ahead, a gifted getaway that will touch your heart. And we also have these stories.
I'm Ryan McDonald at the cruise terminal in Sydney, where a mother and son are about to go together on the trip of a lifetime. And it's all thanks to an act of kindness from complete strangers. It's a beautiful story, and it's coming up.
I'm Brianne Foley at DeWolf Park in Bedford, where one group gathers every Tuesday for steps towards their mental and physical health. We'll have that story coming up tonight on CTV News at 5.
Hi, I'm Leah, and we're at Halifax Stanfield. Coming up, I'm going to tell you more about our new passenger experience robots.
It's a celebration of film.
Hello?
The Oxford Theatre's open to the public.
You get to walk the red carpet, be filmed with your friends, and just take part. I mean, that's an incredible amount of fun.
The Royal Canadian Legion in Digby was buzzing recently, hosting a special reunion for members of the Cornwallis 1980 to 82 class. More than 80 military alumni from across the country gathered to reconnect and share memories. The event also raised about $3,500 for the local Poppy Fund. Organizers say it was a tremendous weekend of stories, camaraderie, and honoring those who served. They were kind enough to send us these photos. Looks like it was a wonderful celebration. A new pilot project at the Halifax International Airport is taking off. As CTV's Mike Lamb shows us, to boost passenger experience, robots are helping travelers get to their destinations.
We're at Halifax Stanfield. HIAA has recently introduced a new pilot program where we have 2 mobile passenger experience robots. They're located in the areas of the terminal before you go through security screening. So we have one in the central food court area, and we also have one down at the arrivals area. And passengers or visitors can approach them and ask questions. So when you come up to the robot, you can see this symbol here means it's listening to me right now. But you can interact with it as a touch screen. So for example, if you click here, It shows the different concessions and points of interest throughout the airport. We also have the flight information, so if you're looking for information about your flight, you can see departures and the arrivals. It is able to do voice recognition as well. I'd like to go to the washroom, and you click Go Now. This project was created in a partnership with Maritime Robotics, who are based out of the Dalhousie Robotics Lab. And it's been really exciting to work with them as a startup company on this innovative technology. And the whole purpose behind it is to just offer a unique way to help passengers through their airport journey. The reaction's been great. We've had a lot of people approaching the robots and interacting with them, especially when they see the robot on the move, because they will guide you to certain locations. The robots are within sort of a boundary in the area of their home base, so they can't go through the whole terminal, but they can take you to certain locations.
Hello, robot.
Hi, welcome to Halifax Stanfield. What can I help you with today?
Questions about, the robots and replacing people, but we just want to make sure everyone knows, rest assured, people are at the heart of everything we do, and human interaction is very important. So the idea of the robots is to just complement and supplement the volunteers that we have here and the staff that we have here. The robots don't have names yet, but we're open to suggestions.
Okay, my husband is going to be disappointed because his job is always to go find the bathroom and then show me where it is. And now the robot is going to take over that job.
I was just happy to see it can guide people to where they can get their boxed lobster for their flight.
Oh, it's my favorite when somebody gets on the flight with a boxed lobster. I'm like, you know what you're doing.
Classic. Well, sort of some classic late summer weather here in the Maritimes today. There was some cloudiness around Nova Scotia, though it did break up as we went into the afternoon. We're looking at a beautiful view here. This is Blue Sea Beach Provincial Park in the Malagash area. I'm going to have more on the weather forecast coming up after the break.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement is making headlines everywhere, and the Maritimes is joining in on the fun. Halifax Stanfield posted this meme imagining the couple honeymooning right here in Nova Scotia. Then King of Donair put their own spin on it, swapping Swift for a giant Donair, the city's signature snack. Because in Halifax, the ultimate love story might just be between you and a late-night Donair. Kaylin Mitchell, I could go for a Donair right about now. How about you?
Donair, lobster roll. Yeah, it's dinner time and I am hungry. So I hope people out there are enjoying some good meals this evening. Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset times. We're looking over the Halifax Harbor at midday today when some of that cloudiness was around. The other thing that was going on around Halifax today is you could smell some of the wildfire smoke from the Long Lake wildfire. Remember, parts of Halifax County are underneath an air quality statement. On our weather systems map, we're sitting between high and low pressure at the moment here in the Maritime region. We do have a low pressure system that's just to the east of us over the Atlantic. It's not going to be coming close enough, though, to bring us any sort of wet weather. There is still a chance of maybe a couple of pop-up showers as we're moving through the first part of this evening. Western areas of New Brunswick, southwestern areas of Nova Scotia, but really I'd say the chances of a shower for any given community about 10 to 20%, so pretty low. On our forecast timeline then, for the remainder of the night, there are just going to be a few clouds around. I do expect some patchy fog to develop during the overnight hours, so that might be around first thing Thursday morning, but it should be dissipating as we move into the afternoon. And tomorrow, in general, a little bit sunnier than it was today. Do expect some cumulus clouds, those white fluffy looking ones to develop in the afternoon, and with those a very, very low chance there could be a spotty light shower. If there are, though, it's not going to be much more than a little bit of a sprinkle. Forecast model here for tomorrow afternoon, trying to pick up on a chance of that around the north shore of Nova Scotia, maybe a few locations in Cape Breton. Winds for tomorrow are going to be mostly out of the west. They'll be breezy. They'll be sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, and we'll have some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at low temperatures in the forecast for tonight, pretty comfortable as far as sleeping conditions go around the region. Most of the lows will be high single digits into the low teens. A little bit cooler up in the northwestern corner of New Brunswick, there between 7 7 and 11 degrees. Highs in the forecast for tomorrow for New Brunswick in the low to mid-20s, including your 25 for Fredericton, St. Stephen, Moncton, Charlottetown tomorrow, and many communities in Prince Edward Island with high temperatures between 22 and 24 degrees. And for Nova Scotia, a lot of the high temperatures between 20 and 25 degrees, so closer to 19 at Yarmouth. Taking a look at the forecast for Friday, we do have a weak weather front that's beginning to approach out of the west. It'll be making its way over the St. Lawrence River Valley. So on Friday, mostly a mix of sun and cloud. High temperatures again in the low to mid-20s. There will be a chance late in the day of some showers reaching western areas of New Brunswick, and then a higher chance of seeing some showers move into the Maritime region as we move through late Friday night and into Saturday. And on Saturday, that's when it looks like that low pressure system is going to be in place. It's going to be bringing us a higher chance of seeing some showers across the region. I know we're still looking for some wet weather, so that's not necessarily bad news. There will be a risk of some thunderstorms within the showers. Most of the high temperatures on Saturday, high teens and low 20s. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from Sophie Benjamin from Berwick, Nova Scotia. And Sophie has sent us a drawing of being outside on a sunny day playing in the flower garden. There's another thing we need some showers for, the flower gardens. So thank you, Sophie. If you'd like to be one of our weather watchers, then come into CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or you can email me at kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Katie.
Thank you, Kaylin. The Bedford Walkers started on Facebook just a year ago, and since then the group has grown into much more than a daily stroll. As CTV's Brianne Foley shows us, it's become a movement built on fitness, friendship, and community.
I met Holly on Talk Bedford, and we both had a strong passion for our community and getting people active. I'm a physiotherapist, she's a trainer. So we were like, how can we get Bedford moving?
The Bedford Walkers Facebook page launched just over a year ago, and now there are over 400 members.
Keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we really have, I think we had one day that one of us wasn't here, but it's been consistent every day, rain, shine, winter, snow, everything.
Fresh air is always good for everybody. I'm inside all day. I don't sit around a desk or anything, but I am in a stuffy, cold, air conditioning gym all day. So getting outside in the fresh air, whether it's, like Jen said, raining, snowing, fall, summer, we go every day, and it's so good.
Both the mental and physical benefits keep the crew on the pavement.
Yeah, it's good to get outside of your comfort zone. You know, you see the same people every single day. You work with the same people every day. You go to the gym, you see the same people. And this, you know, having active friends is great.
I think people just want to get out. They want to be active, but they don't want to do it alone. And so, you know, people come to walk, which is great. We are super passionate about fitness and exercise, but it's also about just connection. And people want that social connection. People want to have somebody to talk to, and people don't want to walk alone.
And creating a sense of community makes getting steps simple.
We talk about everything from food to family to just wellness in general to people's lives. So there's no set agenda. It's whatever people want to talk about, and it's all fitness levels. So we have people here who are slower walkers, faster walkers. We just really want to be inclusive to everybody in the community, and anybody can join.
They meet every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. in DeWolf Park and encourage everyone to lace up and come out. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Bedford.
Such a good idea, the Bedford Walkers. You can find their group on Facebook. We're going to take a short break. Still to come on CTV News at 5, a surprise at sea.
I'm Ryan McDonald at the cruise terminal in Sydney, where a mother and son are about to go together on the trip of a lifetime. And it's all thanks to an act of kindness from complete strangers. It's a beautiful story, and it's coming up.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter.
60 seconds, 10 questions. If you can pull that off, you're going to win a grand.
Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for the $1,000 Minute.
We wrap up tonight with a story from CTV's Ryan McDonald about a cruise and kindness. Thanks to the generosity of a couple of strangers, a Cape Breton teen living with cerebral palsy and his mother, who dedicates much of her life to his care, are about to head out on the trip of a lifetime.
For the past couple of years, Nicole McNeil and her 16-year-old son Devin have made a habit of coming down to the Sydney waterfront to watch cruise ships come in.
Devin loves the ships He loves watching the gangways. He loves watching the people. He loves the socialization.
A couple of weeks ago, though, an encounter with a pair of visitors from the Majestic Princess, which was in Sydney on August the 14th, would change their lives. McNeil says they had been chatting with the couple from Maryland for only a minute or two while they were on land, but as the ship was leaving at the end of the day, their new friends yelled something down to them from the boat's deck.
They said, if we pay for a cruise for you and your son, will you take him? I was shocked. I hollered up. I said, what? Are you serious? And he's like, yes.
I don't know if Nicole and Devin miss a ship day, and they have actually become cruise ambassadors for us at the port.
The cruise manager for the Port of Sydney says everyone who works there is thrilled to hear that the visiting couple made good on their offer, and that McNeil and her son have been booked for a 7-day cruise aboard a Princess ship, all expenses paid.
Nicole is such a dedicated mother to Devin, and she really puts him first. So I hope that she gets to really sit back and relax with him, and it's very well deserved. We can't wait to hear all about it when they come home.
Nicole and Devin are set to fly out from Halifax to New York City next Friday. They board the ship in the Big Apple on Saturday, September the 6th, and then travel up the East Coast, finishing full circle at their final stop in Halifax about a week later.
And I just can't wait to see his face when he gets to go, when he's actually on board and he actually knows that he's going to sleep on the cruise ship.
McNeil says if they were to pay for a cruise themselves, she would have had to save up for a long time.
And I'm going to try not to get teary-eyed, but it's just amazing to see. And there's no words. There's not enough thank yous for what they did for my son here and me.
And while the trip they're about to head out on will last about a week, she says that the gesture of kindness is one that she hopes will turn a pair of strangers into friends for life. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Oh my gosh, Kaylin, I have goosebumps. I love when people can afford to do nice things,
What an amazing thing to have happen.
We need to see photos. We need photos. This is going to be so
It would be
epic.
great to get an update for sure.
Yeah. Awesome.
Speaking of updates, coming up at 6, I'll update on where there's going to be some smoke around the region for tomorrow and the extended forecast.
And I'm talking to Creed. Here's CTV National News. We'll be back at 6.